Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. It's the day after the Ides of March, and as the stream is titled, the Ides of March will henceforth be known as Comicsgate Day. We did it, guys. Big time success. I don't even know what to say. I woke up this morning a little hungover from a weird sloppy live stream with Zach Cecil and John Malin, and I looked at the total, and we passed $350,000 overnight. That's incredible. We are well over $350,000, and we're not even at our 24-hour point yet. That 24-hour point comes in less than 2 hours, at which time, of course, we're going to take down the Ides of March variant cover. So heads up. Let me take a look at that. Let me show you what I'm talking about here, in case you don't know. And hello, everybody. Hail, hail. Look at all the beautiful green names. I love it. Look at all the members. I love seeing all the members in the chat. Thank you guys for joining the channel. That is very helpful. All of you guys are going to be getting Rumblebee trading cards in the mail, in case you didn't know. Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. This is the sequel, the long-awaited, and I guess most anticipated sequel in crowdfunding comic book history, is sitting comfortably and, happily at $339,000. $339,000. Oh, my gosh. And it's about to flip to 340, I guess. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. My dad came downstairs. He's sitting over there. He was just like, that's good, right? Yeah, it's good, Dad. It's good. Considering that my first Cyberfrog book, Cyberfrog Blood Honey, had a successful first 24 hours, and that amounted to $90,000. I was so worried. I was sitting there. I was telling Andrea, I just don't want to be embarrassed. I hope we get close to $90,000. Well, we didn't come close to $90,000. We came closer to $500,000 in our first 24 hours. And that's all due thanks to you guys. Definitely appreciate your support and getting the word out there, because everywhere I go right now, people are talking about Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet, as they should do. So we've got no, not 12 more hours, 2 more hours, and we will be getting rid of this beautiful cover right here, the Ides of March. And I think it's going to be kind of rare. Let's look at the items report and just show you exactly what the print run is going to be. The Ides of March variant cover has sold 1,988 copies. Which is a respectable print run, but it's a rare print run. It's a very rare print run, considering that even the Salamandroid variants, I think we printed 4,000 of those. So this is going to be even more rare than the Salamandroid variant, which is now selling for upwards of $100 on eBay in the secondary market. Not that we want you to sell your comics. We want you to hold on to them and love them forever, I guess. No, we don't care. We don't care what you do. Sell your comics if you want to. They're yours. They're your property. Do whatever you want with them. By all means. Thank you for the support. Making this campaign absolutely untouchably successful. The subject of conversation all over the place right now, and we will carry on promoting it. I did tell Comicsgaters, I said, look, when you run a campaign, when you launch a campaign, you've got to be active in promoting that campaign. You've got to let the word out. You got to let the people know. You have to be a politician. You don't have to be AOC, but you have to be a politician. You have to get out there and pound the pavement. You got to shake babies' hands and kiss old ladies. You got to do it. It's important. Live stream nonstop and constantly. Let people know about your project. And I'm no different. I have to. I have to do the same thing. I got to get out there and let you guys know and ask you guys to do me a favor, retweet this. You might have friends that are not my friend yet, and they should be. They should be. So let them know about Cyberfrog Blood Honey, old habits. Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. We've moved on from Cyberfrog Blood Honey. We're on the second issue now. Goodness sakes. What a great accomplishment. Thank you, everyone. Whew, I got to wake up. I'm wearing my Kelsey Shannon Nora's Saga t-shirt today, by the way. Allegiance Arts, just another vanguard out there into the world of independent comics. Allegiance Arts, leading the way by getting a distribution deal at Walmart. And they're actually going to be in Walmart, I think April. I think the first week of April, you'll be able to go to your Walmart, go to the toy section. I think that's where I saw the sample setup. And you will be able to purchase Comicsgate books. Yeah, we're everywhere. We're winning. Sorry, we're winning. We're doing smart things. It's great. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to a longtime friend of mine, a pal, a confidant. And if I threw a party and invited everyone I knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from Dan Fraga. And the card attached would say, "Thank you for being a friend." Hi, Dan.
Good morning. How are you, buddy? You must be doing awesome.
I'm not doing awesome. I'm tired.
I bet, but man, your efforts are definitely paying off, man. Last I checked, you were at 338. And that was 20 minutes ago. I'm sure it's even higher now.
It is higher. I think we're at 339 now, Dan. We're still trickling in campaign donations. People,
fantastic. I sent you a text today because I'm a little. I don't even want to say mad because nobody gets me mad. I'm just a little like I want to scratch my head. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. I want to combat something that's out there that people just need to get over. When I go and buy something, whether it's at the store, like for example, I have this Todd McFarlane Hopper toy from Stranger Things. I liked him because he came with some red wine. Personally, that's why I liked him. And he's fat. He's got dad bod. And I looked a lot like him when I purchased this. I was very happy. I bought him at Target. I think I paid something like $25 for him. Okay. Now, if this costs $1 for Todd McFarlane to produce, making a round number, let's say it cost him $1 and I paid $25, do I feel ripped off by Todd McFarlane? I don't.
Oh, no, you don't.
I absolutely don't. And I'll tell you why, because it brings me joy.
Yeah.
It's a quality made product. And I don't give any cares about how much it costs him. I know what it cost me, and I happily shelled that out.
He's bilking you, Dan. He's bilking the consumer.
Yeah, I'm getting scammed. And when I buy food at a restaurant, I know it costs them less to prepare that steak. I could have bought that steak myself, but then I'd have to cook it. And this guy online complaining about you had mentioned that you had done smartly got Cyberfrog done on quality paper that didn't cost as much as other paper. I call that a smart business move. This guy thinks you're scamming people, and I told him people don't pay for the paper in Staples. They pay for what's on the paper, which is your hard work and your creativity. This guy can't get over the fact that you're scamming people, and I can't get over the fact that he can't see that everything that he pays for has a markup.
Yeah, I can't get over the fact that I'm scamming people either. It's awesome. Oh my God.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely, let's use a Mike Tyson word, ludicrous.
It is how do you spell ludicrous? You know what? People forgot how to spell ludicrous.
Because of the rapper's name, right? Yeah. Ludacris. That's how I want to spell it.
I wanted to name my kid Ludacris. If I had a son instead of a daughter, his name would have been Ludacris Van Skyver.
I was going for Missy Elliott if I had a son.
Beyonce.
Beyonce
was Ava's middle name is Beyonce.
Mine would be Beyond Say, so it's like further on.
Beyonce. Somebody sat there and said that's a good name. I want to name my kid. The fiance sounds like a really exotic name.
It does.
It sounds like an exotic word. Let me make it beyond that. It's a Beyonce. Beyond engaged.
Yes.
It's like way past engaged. That's married. That's Beyonce.
Yeah, and Mary was already taken.
Oh, terrible. What on earth? Yeah, Mary was. It could have just been Mary. Again, you've come on to something here. You've stumbled onto the reality about Beyonce.
Yeah.
It is just a nice way to say it's a more exotic way of saying Mary.
Correct.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. There's a segment on the internet of very, very strange people who don't quite understand. what it takes to make a comic book, and they
Yeah.
think it's just production costs. They go, how much did the paper and the staples cost you? If you
Right.
price that out, Ethan's making a 20,000% profit, and he's
Right.
milking the consumer. Because all I'm doing, by the way, to these people, all we're doing is sending them paper and staples. It's not about
Right.
creating something. It's not about the time that goes into, and by the way, the agony that goes into making a comic book.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk
You're
Blood Honey
talking. Yeah, you're
was,
preaching to the choir, dude.
you guys, if you haven't made a comic book before, you have no idea how hard it is and how much time goes into it, and why so many comic books, so many Kickstarters with comic books fail. Why people just kind of talk and don't deliver. It is incredibly hard work, and then on top of that, to produce something that is, Dan, as life changing as Cyberfrog is.
Yeah.
The whole, it's changed lives.
I got to do something for your work campaign. They apparently they like to dox shirts.
Yeah.
So here's one. This is one for them.
Find it.
Dox,
my work
dox a brother. Dox a brother.
Dox that outfit right now. Dox that clothing. I've been frustrating them because I'm like they're equipped to dox people's t-shirts.
Yeah.
But I've been wearing like jackets, and stuff, and they can't do. Those guys can't do Brooks Brothers. They can do Guess. They can do the Gap. But they can't do anything that's more difficult than that.
My shirt collection goes back to the 90s. I've got like a 1992 Oscar the Grouch shirt. I got it at the Sesame Street store when there were Sesame Street stores. So that's a rare cut. So I promised them, you guys watch me on Ethan's show, you watch me on my show, I'm going to give you guys little mini challenges.
Mini challenges.
Run those doxies, man.
They doxed all my baseball caps.
That's cool.
They did a whole poster. Like I must have 25 baseball caps. They found them.
I got a redneck cap. I got a couple redneck caps. I want to call them redneck caps because the second I put them on, I feel like I need Coors Light in the pickup truck.
I got some of those too. I put them on and go, I am not the kind of guy that can wear a puffy hat.
This is nowhere near like a cowboy hat or anything like that. It literally makes me, and I don't, first off, man, I don't drink Coors Light. I don't own a shotgun. I should. I need a pickup truck, but watch this. I put my lip out. Hey, buddy.
Yeah. I'm ready to go duck hunting with you. I'm ready to shoot geese.
Yeah. I got that on a sunny day. We had to go out and follically challenged man needs a hat. But yeah, man, back on the topic of something else. I remember about a year ago, somebody was coming at. I forget who the crowdfunder was, but they were mad that the guy set his goal so high, and the guy said, well, I got to get paid for my efforts.
Mm-hmm.
And the person was mad that this person said, I need to get paid. They felt like that the months that this guy sat and did the work should be free because that would be his contribution to his campaign. And you just go, man, I don't think people know how the real world works. When I sit down and draw a comic book, that's my job. I have kids, I have bills, and the way I pay my bills is to sit down and draw. And I calculate a fair rate into my portion of the book. I calculate my inker's rate, my colorist rate, the letterer's rate, how much it costs to print. And even still, if there's a profit margin, guess what, naysayers? That profit margin is to allow for more business. It's called dynastic wealth.
Is that what it's called? Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's so
L. Ron Hubbard on me here.
Yeah, man. Dynastic. No, not Dianetic wealth, man.
Oh. Dianetic wealth.
I'm clear. Hold the handles. Yeah, no, it's if the money from this one allows me to make another one and allows me to hire people to make more, then why wouldn't I? That's called business. That's what a business does. We're not charity comics.
No, charities. Yeah, like I don't. This is the thing, Dan. These people, first of all, they are stunted and will never reach adulthood. They are failed to launchers. Most of these people who make these complaints.
My
They
buddy
will sit
calls them
there.
gammas.
Gammas is a good word too. That's a Vox Day word, but it is apt.
It is a Vox Day word. And listen, man, we can go off on that. Like we can talk about Jordan Peterson. We can talk about Vox Day and how some of each of them is right and some of each of them is wrong. We can go on that tangent. But like to stay on task, there's alphas, there's betas, there's deltas, and there's gammas. I've always been a keep my head down, work kind of guy.
There's omegas too.
What's an omega? I don't know the omega.
Omegas are like not to be cruel. I mean, but they're people who are just, they will never be with a member of the opposite sex. They are like,
I know what you're saying. I know
hideous human beings that smell bad. That the saddest basket cases.
But they might be some might be happy.
I want them to be happy, but according to Vox Day, those are omegas. Those
okay.
Are omegas.
Yeah, I only know a little bit about Vox Day because I try to do my due diligence. Read the 12 steps audiobook. I didn't get to see your luscious illustrations, unfortunately, because my time, what I like to do, I made a post yesterday about utilizing your time. So while I work or while I work out, I listen to audiobooks.
Yeah.
So I like Jordan's stuff. I also listen to Jordanetics, all of the counterpoints, and I see some of the counterpoints. I'm not all in on either of the gentlemen. I try to salad bar it and say this works, this doesn't work, that sort of thing. But it definitely illuminates kind of peoples out there. There are the gammas are these wannabe alphas that have no tools or inkling of what it takes to lead. There are betas that are happy to do the bidding of alphas. And then there's deltas. I find myself to be an alpha delta where I can lead if I have to, but I'm more about putting my head down and getting the work done. I can give two shits what you think about me. But
I think good things about you.
I know you do. But like this guy, I'm not going to name names because I'm not even going to give the guy any sort of dap on that. But like I'm going back and forth with him over the last couple of days in regard to talking about you. And I'm like, this guy got so mad. I'm literally hitting him with facts. His last tweet was just ripe with name calling, calling us cucks and motherfuckers and things like that. And I'm literally just going, and saying, this is the best part. You have no clue what you're talking about. Okay, as a veteran of 29 years in the comic business, as someone who worked in pre-press, as someone who worked at a printing press, I have no clue what I'm talking about. Okay.
Well, we seem to have some clue what we're talking about because, we're selling frog books hand over fist. Yeah. We're selling them hand over webbed fist. Cyberfrog Wreck Planet is on sale right now. I mean, it went on sale yesterday, $341,195 now.
Yeah,
I'm happy with this number, Dan. I got to look at this number here now, 2690.
That's massive.
It's a lot. But then again, we do have to compare it to Blood Honey and see. Hold on, let me pull up Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the first campaign. Because we want to thoroughly destroy all records. We don't want there to be any doubt, Dan.
There's no doubt, man. Like not on this side, but you're not gonna convince a fish to climb a tree. You know what I'm saying?
Why not? Don't you believe in evolution, Dan? We can do it. We can absolutely convince fishes to climb trees.
Yeah.
All of these people need to be reprogrammed by Comicsgate. All of them do, and they need to see the light, Dan. We need to not to say that this is a cult, not to suggest. I don't want to put it in anyone's head that I'm a cult leader, but they all need to fall in line, Dan, and they all need to be shown the human sunbeam and my radiant power.
You're the human sunbeam?
Yes, I'm a human. I'm a ray of human sunlight.
I'm gonna change my lighting. I wanna make it a little more disco in here. Let's go. A little more disco. There we go. How's that? Better?
Better, yes.
Play some Purple Rain. Look at that. If I can do this and make it real dark, but I'm doing a little frontal lighting, so I keep my sexy on.
I like it. That's awesome that you have different lighting here. All right,
Yeah.
look at this, Dan.
Yeah, hit me.
Here's the problem, all right? This is good, $538,456, but look at this backer number. 8,560.
Yeah, but that's after 60 days, man. Like you're on date. You're not even at 24 hours, dude, and you're already at more than a quarter of blood honey.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, in terms of backer numbers, yeah, like,
Yeah.
okay, so this is what we got to work on.
Yeah.
We have to succeed at every single level. I don't even want this to be an 8. I want this to be a 10, Dan. That's my goal.
That's a great goal, man. I say more copies in more hands. That's really what it's about. You know, like I have a lot of talk. I have a crew on my side, the Black Flag crew, and we talk about plans and how to make the best of what's out there. And the main thing is change. Somebody had posted earlier today. I don't know if it was Huerta. He might have, but he was comparing the crowdfunding movement to Netflix and Blockbuster, you know, and the old ways. And I think the more people that get the books, the more people that are happy, the better. I know you're doing the job right. You're one of the people I look to and I cite as someone who does it correctly. You know. I got to be 100% transparent. I never had any doubts in your capabilities. I had expectations for sure. And the day that Blood Honey came in the mail and I opened that package and held it in my hand, my expectations were blown out of the water. And I not only was a supporter, I became a believer. And a believer. Like I believe in
the cult of Comicsgate, in the cult.
No, you're putting words in my mouth, man.
Oh,
no, I'm
sorry.
saying I believe in Ethan Van Sciver. I believe in your drive. I believe in your plan, and I also believe I'm out there letting people know I believe in it. And I think anybody else that's doing or attempting at doing what you're doing needs to take a closer look and stick with that. You know, stay the course, get your shit done. We've talked about this before. The whole like infighting is a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. People that are out there on Twitter, I'm not going to name names, but like, do your book, you know, do your book. Like I made a post yesterday about utilizing your time. If you got to go on, everybody's like for the cult. That's all good, man.
It's
That's
just funny, dude.
It is, you know.
It's like you're putting words in my mouth. I'm like, that's what a cult leader does. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
No, I mean, this is something that's fun that anybody can do, Dan. And you can do it too because you have exceptional talent. You're an incredible comic book artist and storyteller. I don't know, you know, the amount of work that you've done outside of the comic book industry is staggering, and people don't even know. I mean,
they don't know. They don't know.
We'll educate them. We'll let them know who you are.
Yeah.
But your comic book, Black Flag, is close to my heart. I collected it when it came out at the same time that I was doing Cyberfrog. I was reading Black Flag and buying that in stores. The idea of going back and taking ownership of our own destinies, and especially when, you know, we could create something new. I think, you know, and I have. I've got a book called Fearsome that's going to be drawn by Kanan White, you know, written by Antonio Bryce. That's going to be next year. That's awesome. Something that I created recently. But there's something about the stuff that you create when you're young that is so much more optimistic, so much more fresh, so much more connected to you know what comic book fans want. Because we are comic book fans, but we were big comic book fans when we were like 19, 20, 21, big.
Exactly. I was talking with Matt Yackey. He's the colorist of Black Flag and colored He-Man, and he's over there at DC and did a lot of stuff over at Marvel. And I was telling him, you know, being hired 6 months out of high school, I was a huge fanboy. And I remember when they announced Image Comics, I was there for the CNN showing up to Rob's studio with all the guys. And we went to dinner afterwards. And there's Mark Silvestri, Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, Eric Larson, Wills Portasio, Valentino, and Liefeld. and
The Rat
Mirage.
Pack. The Rat
Yeah,
Pack of
yeah.
comics, everyone. If you're not a comic book fan, those guys are the Rat Pack of comics, the original Image creators.
And I just remember thinking, like, what the heck am I doing here? But I created, going back to what you were saying, I created Black Flag, some of the concepts in high school, but like the actual iteration first debuted in 93, where, like you said, we were fans. I was still very much one foot in the fan door. Anytime McFarlane or Jim Lee or Mark would come visit the studio, I would still kind of like, oh my God, they're going to be in the building, like freak out about it. Now, like, they're my friends, and like, it's been 30 years almost. But though, going to reinforce your point, those creations were created from such a pure place of, I'm going to draw what I want to see in a comic and the thing that I want to read.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to that, God, the thrill, like the things I'm working on right now, I can't wait. The amount of bullet shells, the amount of blood, the amount
Yes.
of, I describe it on my stream. It's a Michael Bay movie drenched in Mountain Dew and titty milk. That's because that's what I want.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited about you doing this. You're exactly right. It's like the stuff that you create when you're young is when you're the most connected to that thing in your heart that loves comics, and that's why I think Cyberfrog had to be the thing that I brought back first. And it's now I'm completely stuck on Cyberfrog. I'm gonna be doing. I'll draw Cyberfrog until I die.
Dude, we got to do. I would like to do a Cyberfrog Black Flag piece, even if it's just one image of us seeing them together. Because Cyberfrog and Black Flag, a lot of our viewers don't know it, but Cyberfrog and Black Flag go back like peanut butter and jelly. Of
course, yeah.
I'm right now. I'm digging through something right here. Somebody had posted it. Maybe it's in 90s comics, or maybe it's on my page, but you actually drew me in issue 2 rapping. In Cyberfrog, I'm actually in the book throwing down some rhymes, wearing a black flag
hat. Yeah,
wearing a Black Flag hat. There's a Black Flag symbol on the cover of Cyberfrog 2. So we've been thick as thieves for a long time.
We'll have to do kind of joint covers. Like I'll draw a Cyberfrog Jam cover with Black Flag for your campaign, and you'll draw the same thing for mine.
Yeah,
we'll do crossover covers.
Or we could do the whole thing where you do something and I ink it, and I do something and you ink it. There's always that.
That isn't so. I don't pencil anymore. I can't pencil.
It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. Like I know how to draw.
I know you do, but I don't know how to draw with a pencil. I can't do it. I scribble loose blue lines, and then I get super focused.
I'm the same way, dude. I'm the same. That's how I do it too. That's how I do it.
I watch people doing rough drawings with charcoal pencil and stuff, with just like an HB pencil, and then just tightening them up. And I'm like, what a waste! I don't know. It's not for me, Dan. So nobody's gonna be inking me anytime soon. I'll ink other people.
Yeah,
I've got some incredible penciled Cyberfrog artwork from various artists in and outside of Comicsgate all around me that I intend to ink because I purchased them. Andrea said, "Don't you ink that? You're going to ruin it." I said, "Do you know who I am?
Do you even know, lady?
Are you kidding me? Like, this guy drew my character. I'm the creator of the character. I could ink this with my thumb like this, and I wouldn't be ruining it. I created the character,
right?
I like it the way it looks. I'm like, women know how to just dagger right in the heart. Man.
They do. We love them. That's why. We
do love them, and they hurt us so, Dan, don't they?
It creates a soft, fluffy layer in which to stab upon.
Absolutely incredible.
Hey, by the way, dude, I love your dad. I love your dad so much.
He's over there. Can you hear him giggling?
Everything he was saying yesterday was killing me. The worm joke, Hey, what's up, Pops? How are you, man? My dad's coming to visit in May, so I may have to pull Pop Fraga on, dude.
You got to do it.
It's just
let people, and I think the thing about YouTube is seriously. Well, first of all, be careful. Protect your children. That's the first piece of advice I'd say. Keep your kids off camera. But wives.
Oh, really? Why do you say keep the kids off camera? My kids love.
Dan. You're not where you're going to be yet. I'll tell you this. One of my first videos was a trip to Michael's art store.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I had maybe 800 subscribers.
Yeah,
and I took Ava in there, and you can see Ava. Like at the end of the video, I'm holding her, like, "Hey, Ava, let's go rock these crayons,"
Right.
And that was when nobody knew who I was, and it was no big deal. But now that you're bigger and more, Dan, you're encountering some of these people on Twitter now, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Imagine you getting a following of 100,000 people on YouTube, and then what percentage of those people are going to be, what's the word? Psychopathic?
Psychopathic. Yeah.
I tried to find a new way to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Those people will be interested in your kids, exploiting your kids, doing weird things on the internet.
Why? What's their problem, man? It's like a malfunction of some sort.
It's the interwebs. There's no controlling it. It's a wild beast. You cannot expect decency on the internet. You can't do that. You just have to accept that you're living in the Wild West. This is the Wild West, and there's gold in them hills. So you can make money. You can make money on your comics. You can make money on YouTube. You can entertain the world. But always a gunslinger, Dan.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing. Like you and I have similar desires for the outcome. My channel is going to be filled with a lot of interviews. Like I've spent the last 2 years interviewing people. No, I have. Like that's the thing, and I haven't posted Wyatt Derp.
I'm sorry, that caught my eye.
That's a pretty funny pun, dude. That's what Wyatt Derp. Oh, that's good shit. But I've spent the last 2 years collecting interviews. I've got like a Liefeld interview, Neil Adams, Mike Mignola, Kim Jong-gi. Just interviewed Todd McFarlane, and Todd had a lot of words of wisdom. And one of the things that he said is Todd McFarlane isn't just one thing. He's a collection of different ingredients, and all of them are replicatable, right? But the bottom line is you got to put in the work. And I think that's the biggest fear of a lot of naysayers is it's real easy to point out and try to hitch your ride on things that you think are weaknesses. Like, for example, that guy saying, Ethan prints on shit paper. No, it's not shit paper. It's beautiful paper. I don't care. I don't care if you paid a fucking penny for that paper. The thing is awesome, right? But they're going to hitch their ride on that. Well, guy, where's your comic? I want to say to them, where's your comic? Or where's your creation?
Critics, all my detractors, I challenge you. I challenge you to bring your creation to me. Bring your creation to the people and see if it stands up.
Right.
See if it stands up to harsh criticism from lunatics who would dox Dan Fraga's shirt.
Well, those are the good guys that dox me, though. I got a good chuckle out of that.
Are they?
It's War Campaign, dude. They cracked me up, man. Like they basically, when I was dealing with this Twitter guy, they said, "Sir, don't waste yourself. We'll handle this." I was like, "That's amazing." I imagine stormtroopers. "Sir, step aside. We've got this for you. Don't sully.
We'll handle these weird.
Yeah, don't get turd on your shirt. We've got this."
I love War Campaign.
It cracked me up.
Like really sad. I mean, just like I said, Jesus, take the wheel. There are some sad cases on the internet of people that talk and obsess about me and my peers every single day. Every day they do this, and there are people that I dislike, and I'll talk about them every now and then. These people talk every single day for years, and War Campaign keeps them busy, and that's what I love. War Campaign, it's like having it's what would you describe them as?
Charcoal filtration, so you can drink the good water.
They're like vicious mongrel puppies. These people, and War Campaign are just a bunch of big dudes that are like, we'll exercise these puppies. We'll work it out of them, and that's what they do every
That's
day
funny.
on Twitter. And if you want to pay attention to it, it's pretty funny. But we move on. We have better things to do. We're looking forward to launching your book, launching Graveyard Shift 3.
That's coming in June. Graveyard Shift 3 is in June.
In June, and
I'm thinking mine is going to be square in the middle. Like you and I, we were talking dates and dates to avoid and dates to embrace. I'm thinking maybe May 2nd, maybe. Who knows? Right in between.
I would say this. Don't worry about. I would say don't launch on the same day as a blockbuster.
Right.
But catching the wake of a blockbuster, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Because people are probably excited about backing something they're excited about, and then they kind of go, "Oh, what's this other thing?"
Right.
And they become interested in what you're doing too.
Yep.
So I think launching right now is a great idea. This happened when we were doing Comicsgate Live back in 2018. All of these big books launched. All of them were successful. We had a majority of our 6-figure campaigns from that year over the summertime. So I would say launch it whenever you want, Dan. I mean, don't plan out carefully a date because you think that strategically is going to be best. Come up with smart ideas for your campaign. I'll help you if you want.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. No, it's more about you hit on it when you open up. Like, don't come out on the day a blockbuster comes out. It's like Disney's Rocketeer kind of got buried when it came out because of when it came out. Mm-hmm. It came out against some other huge movies, and it didn't do as well as it should have.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
It was a great movie, and that's what I'm saying. Like, my original launch date for Black Flag was going to be February. Then I moved it to March, saw that Wrecked was coming in March, and like, for me, that's the blockbuster. I want people to see mine too.
They'll see yours. Let me read some super chats, and then we'll talk more about
Let's do it.
Comics Du Nord says, congrats, EVS. Exciting times. Thank you. Perfect Blue says, picked up IDES of March special. Thanks, EVS. Yep, that's available. One more hour, and that's it. The link's in the description for all of the current Cyberfrog campaigns. That campaign shuts down in 1 hour. So if you haven't backed the IDES of March variant, do it. You're going to regret it if you don't. I think it's chromium. The book is going to be a beautiful chromium cover. Johnny Midnight says, I almost missed the IDES of March variant. I was in the hospital for the past week. I hope you're okay. So I got out just in time to secure my copy. God is good. Amen. The Preacher says, Comicsgate, hail Caesar. Congrats, Uncle. Comic Books in Cahoots says, you make me proud, EBS. Keep going and growing. Oh, I will. I'm going to eat 2 pies today. I think I'm going to. I'm getting those pies today.
I told you that Friday Pie Day, 3/14 would have been the best day for pie, bro.
I skipped it. I didn't do it, and I feel like I cheated myself.
Dang, that was like your holiday, bro.
It was. I had 2 holidays in a row. Pie Day and the Ides of March. Always, and it was a weekend. What a great weekend. Angry Bannerling says, congrats on the amazing first 24 hours on your Wreck Planet campaign, Uncle E. Any ETA on when more of your variant covers will be available? Okay, well, I might as well say it here. There will be 2 more variant covers for this campaign by me. If you backed the honeycomb executive honeycomb box, they're going to be in your honeycomb box. You're going to be getting 2 more copies, 2 more variants of Wrecked Planet. If you didn't back the honeycomb box, they're going to be available. I'm going to scatter them out. I haven't decided when officially I'm going to launch them. I'm going to wait for things to slow down, and then I'll launch. I'll go ahead and launch another variant cover. But this campaign will run for 2 months, so each one of these variants will be limited in time. They'll probably be 24 hours, maybe 48 hours for each of them. But you'll see them, and I've got ideas for them already. They're going to be great. So again, if you back the honeycomb box, you're good. Just expect that everything's going to be in there. Except for the Ides of March variant. That's the only one that's not going to be in there, but everything else going forward will be. So there you go. All right, let me see here. Jay Bama fan says, do me a favor and stop skipping my super chats. I'm sorry, Jay Bama fan. TC the Mandalorian says, how can I get Blood Honey and the sequel? Well, Blood Honey is available on eBay right now. I mean, we actually have an eBay store up where you can get the team up cover. And Andrea will ship it to you right away. So if you want to go to eBay, look up Cyberfrog Cyberfrog Blood Honey Team Up variant. You'll see a copy that's $30, and Andrea will ship that to you. Tippy Tail McKitty says $300,000 stretch goal. Another trading card. We're going to do another trading card. We did do another trading card at 300,000. I don't know what we're going to do next. I guess 500,000 has to be the next stretch goal. John Maciel says, congrats, Uncle E. Some pie will wake you up. Violet Nightshade says, morning, EVS. Can you make last night's stream public? I can't because I got drunk and called Gail Simone a retard. I used the word retard, man. And that's, even though I love that word, it's cruel and awful, and I'm against using that word. But I was with Cecil and I drank an awful lot of rye. So
rye. What's your brand?
I don't even know what my brand is. Cecil brought it to me.
What did it look like? Was it green?
No, it's the bottle?
Yeah, the bottle, like the label, was it green?
No, it was like tan, sand colored.
Oh, okay. I'm going through all the ryes. If it's a Pappy Van Winkle, he loves you. That's all I'm saying. If it was a Van Winkle reserve rye, he loves you.
Well, I enjoyed myself, but I don't want a stream of me using the word retard.
I think that's a good policy. That's a great policy.
No saying retard. So we're not going to do that, and we're not going to put that. Even though it was a great stream, guys, it was a great stream.
Ricky Gervais calls anybody he would like to use that word a div.
A div, yeah, that's good. Or a mong. A mong is the good though, because mong is mongoloid, and that literally means the same thing.
Yeah, it's a hard one to deal with.
Okay, let's see. I remember the agony of writing an essay. I can only imagine a comic. LOL, says Butterbiscuit. Curtis YZ says, "What's the Salamandroid Death Sting variant cover?" There isn't one. It's not a variant cover. It's a whole book. Salamandroid Death Sting is a 20-page story about. If you read Blood Honey, you saw that Salamandroid during the invasion got swarmed, and then Cyberfrog lost sight of him. So Salamandroid Death Sting is going to tell the story of what happened to Salamandroid and bring you all the way up to present day. So it's a good. It'll fill in all the blanks. When you read Salamandroid Death Sting, it'll enhance your understanding of Wreck Planet. It'll make it more three-dimensional and fun for you. It's
you drawing it?
Yeah.
Well, dude, are you a time traveler? Like how are you doing all these books? Like Wreck Planet alone is a Herculean feat.
It's 48 pages, so 68 pages.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I see the shit.
I'll get it done by August, and then we can get. We're already putting the chromium covers into production, so those will be ready. The chromium covers will be ready. We'll just wait for the book's interiors. The book's interiors print pretty quickly, so we should be able to have everything printed and shipped by Christmas.
That's awesome.
But I've given myself leeway. I've said May. I've said May.
Yeah, I saw that.
So don't expect it by Christmas, but expect it Christmas.
I want to give people a peek at something from 25 years ago. Mm-hmm. For those who don't know or have ever heard of Black Flag, this is the cover of issue 1 of Black Flag from, let me get it there, from 1994. Get some details in there. Oh, thanks. You full screened it. Mm-hmm. Get some of that glare off of there. Hold on. There we go. Details, bullets, guns, rips, tears, aliens, all the goods. And then every day I've been warming up my hand to make sure that everything looks good. So these are like my pencil sketches while I'm on phone calls or things like that.
So much wasted time. So much. You don't think that's a waste of time to do all that sketching when you could be putting that creative energy into a page?
This represents maybe a half hour right here. This is like on a cold day when it's 28 degrees outside and they say, get in your car and warm it up for about 15 minutes so it works great. This is warming up the car. That's all it is.
I love it. I think that's a good analogy. That's a really good analogy. Everybody's excited for Black Flag, guys. We're going to talk about it in depth. We're going to promote that book. Dan.
And get this book. This is the secret This is the first appearance of this guy right here, Sniper. I was fortunate enough to get back my art for that, so I actually own that piece. This is a Todd McFarlane inks over me on issue 1, the black and white version. So there's some good stuff down the pike, man.
By the way, people are buying the eBay comics. We put 100 copies up there. Also, the 2 ash cans. They're going off on next to me here. Andrea will ship those out to you today. So go ahead and back those. Don't back them, just buy them. You don't have to back anything. Just purchase the books, and you'll have them in your hands. If you haven't read Blood Honey yet, you need to read Blood Honey for Wrecked Planet. So make sure that you get a copy. They're going to be widely available. Dan,
you need this.
That's exactly what we're selling. That's the team up.
I know. That's what I'm talking about. They need this.
It's my favorite cover.
Mine too. I'm so glad I have it. There's the Black Flag ash can right here.
I got that.
Yeah, because you're a homie, true homie, dude. You're a OG member of the Fraga Boombox. We would refer to you as a dude with 2 O's. Yeah,
but Dan, to be honest with you, I got it because I know it's going to be impossible to get pretty soon.
I've seen them at over $100. This is probably the most rare of the rarities. Yeah, I've seen this over $100. And the other thing, which is kind of a hidden gem, it's the one that predates this first appearance, predates this ash can. There is a Dynamic Forces trading card set that came out in 1993, and the villain from Black Flag is a guy named Hellfire. His trading card is in that 1993 set. That is the hard card. That's the one to get.
I don't think I have that. But I went out and I got copies of. I think I have almost everything else. Hold on a second.
Do you have the San Diego version of the Extreme Zero?
No.
You want to see what it looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only have one. This is one of those ones where it's like, oh shit. Like I'm happy that I have one. Here it is. It's a really, really very ornate cover. Like when you look at this one here, here's the Robbie Liefeld signed one. Here is the epic San Diego Comic-Con version.
Right here. It's a blank cover.
It's completely blank. This is a sketch cover before there were ever sketch covers. This is the very hard one to get.
Yeah,
and if you get one of these and you meet me in person, I'll draw on it for free. But you got to have one, which I doubt you'll find. But if you do, you get a free drawing if you meet me.
Holy cow! Well, it's beautiful. I wish I had one. I'm gonna have to find one, and you guys should too. I mean, check out eBay for Black Flag, because like Cyberfrog, I remember when Cyberfrog, before Blood Honey launched, you could get Cyberfrog #1 for $1 on eBay, and then now it's like $100. It's
great.
Out of control. All of the retailers are happy. They're selling their copies of the 90 Cyberfrog books, and it's great. By the way, I did put the link to the eBay store, at least the link to the team up cover in the description. If you want to buy a copy of Cyberfrog Blood Honey for $30, you can do that right now. Just refresh your screen and go on in there and do so. All right, Dan, let's take a look before we get back to Super Chats, and we have quite a few of those. Let's take a look and see how Wrecked Planet
341, dude. You're cruising.
No, it's a 344 975.
Holy smokes. You just hit refresh and that happened like magic.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That's great, man. Shoot. Happy Monday to you, dude.
It's a good Monday. This is the way to have a day. We got one more hour. It's a great way to start a day. One more hour for the Ides of March variant. One more hour, and I'm going to hide this so nobody sees it. Nobody can buy it. It will be unpurchasable at 11:59 a.m. And then I got to get to work, Dan. I got stuff to do. Dan, I got a lot to do.
I know you do.
Salamandroid Death Sting. I got to draw Wrecked Planet. We're shipping out all of the Second Chance Chromium campaign books this week. All of that stuff is getting done. So if you ordered a Second Chance Chromium, that's going to be on its way. If you back Cyberfrog or if you buy a Cyberfrog team-up book off of eBay, that's coming your way, or the Ash Cans. This is it, guys. This is the last chance to get the Ides of March. Thank you so much for the overwhelming support. Anti-Comicsgate's very quiet right now. I like it.
They don't know what to do with themselves. Like it's like a rat on a sinking ship. They're gonna try everything they can do to get some air, but they're not gonna.
There's no, how do you defend yourself? I mean, the only thing that you can say is look at the backers. There are not enough backers. Well, we're going to get there. So I've got 2737. The goal, I guess, the goal is to go ahead and get to 8566. Or
Look, dude, that's more than 100 backers per hour. That's more than a backer per minute at that rate. So there's no room to even say a single bad word. No room.
No room at all. How but they will. All right. The other thing that I want to talk about is Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales, which is overperforming. By the way, overperforming in the wake of, again, Cyberfrog Wreck Planet. This campaign was sitting at about $100,000, and then we launched Wreck Planet, and boom, here's another almost $18,000 that shows up overnight. That's the power of people getting excited about crowdfunding campaigns. And by the way, I'm hearing from other Comicsgaters. They're like, yeah, we all got boosts off of Cyberfrog Wreck Planet. Damn right. Of course, rising tide raises all boats. Everybody's working together to promote each other. Everybody's working together to get the word out about each other's campaigns. That's what Comicsgate's meant to do. It's a marketing network of comic book creators and customers who are just trying to support independent projects, Dan. It's great.
Hey, I'm gonna try to do. Remember when you brought out like the classic comic and you huffed it? Every now and then I find my classics in my collection.
Look at that.
It's just
I licked mine though. Dan.
I know you licked it, dude. In this day and age of CDC, all I want to do is huff it. Look at Norman Rockwell back there saying, "You too can draw. You can learn. You can."
I don't think so.
Oh god damn, that smells so good. Old comics smell so good, dude. I love them.
I agree. I love it. All right, let's see this. Mike Miller has been lurking on Twitter and interrogating rec backers that tweet that they backed.
What's wrong with Mike, man? Like we talked about him last stream, but like it's like seeing. I don't even know, man. I've known him, like I said, a little bit longer than you, about 2 years longer than you, and it's just watching someone you know and care about just step in dog shit, rub it all over themselves, light themselves on fire. Like you just go, stop.
I don't know, but I'm just like, dude, it's not, we have a technique here. We have a group here that is really, really good at getting books funded and supporting creators.
Yeah.
Going against that is in this marketplace. You're seeing people right now begin to panic, Dan, because some of these comic book creators make their livings not really at their comics. I mean, you get a page rate, you get royalties. It's not that much money to most people. Dan, I was thinking a page rate that could choke an elephant. I mean, my page rate at DC was enormous.
Right.
Most people don't get that, as it turns out.
Yeah, it's original art and conventions, and now conventions are getting pulled because of the virus. And then there's another trend, and I'm going to sidebar this because I think I'm going to do a whole, hey, buddy, you got to get rolling. Get rolling. Because Ethan advised that you're not even in here. He doesn't even exist.
Yes, I do.
You exist, little man. I know you exist.
Yeah.
Got to protect you from weird.
I exist.
And I'm not going to, I'm going to make a show about this. And I'm not going to name names, but like, I have a process that I do now where I pencil on an iPad because it's more efficient. I still have to think the thoughts and create the thing, but it's more efficient. There's no FedEx. You can send it to the inker if you have an inker. But there are some inkers out there that believe that they should keep all of the originals because they inked them on their paper. Mm-hmm. And I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly with that idea because without the pencils, they'd have nothing to ink. They don't want to return the artwork because they say it's theirs. It's their paper, their time. I just don't agree with that adage. Like ink it without me.
Yeah.
Ink it without me. My whole solution to that would be either split the, if you're going to keep it, split the profit on the sales, or don't take a page rate. Your page rate is that original you're keeping.
Yeah.
But that's it. But okay.
All right. Let's read some super chats here and catch up with people. People are sending super chats amazingly fast, and it's awesome. So let's see. People want me to eat pie. People want me to put last night's stream up. I can't, guys. I told you why. It's just bad language. There's bad language in it, and how dare I? Yeah. Most of your vocal haters seem to be quiet lately. Perhaps their mouths are full of crows, says Harry Bergeron. Maybe. Grendel Fan 84, thanks for $20. I appreciate that. Says the last 2 years have actually been a daydream. You're asleep at the DC office. No! Working on the new transsexual wheelchair-bound multi-ethnic Batman with Mags as your editor and Gail as your writer and Rich Johnson as EIC. No! Damn, that would be a goddamn nightmare. Can you imagine waking up from this and you're like right back where you were?
Just another journey to take.
Oh my god. TC the Mandalorian says, I'm purchasing a piece of Uncle E's soul by buying Wreck Planet. At the least, I'm financing and participating in comic history. I hope it's APO shipping. Yeah, it is. I've only had one return from APO, and we fixed it. We worked it out, so it shouldn't be a problem. Eskimo Phono just joined the channel. Thank you, Eskimo Phono. You will be receiving Eskimo No Phono. You will be receiving a Rumblebee promo card. David Smith says, will I get chicken box if I back Sal later? Backed LOM already. That's a coded message there. No, you have to do it all in one order. I'm sorry to tell you. I would go ahead and pull out of your Salamandroid order. No, you back. You backed the Ides of March already. I see what you're saying. I would say refund your Ides of March real quick and then back the Salamandroid book and add on Ides of March if you have the money to do that, and then you'll get the chicken box. But the orders have to be together because we're just going to print out labels we're printing out shipping labels based on what Indiegogo gives us. So we're not going to be able to combine orders. It's just, that's way too complicated. It's way too complicated. Rosetta Allen says, I call everyone an MFer, but no one else better call my CG and war campaign brother than that. I will unleash the Valkyrie Hellfire upon them if they do. Go Rosetta. Tetrumo says, do stretch goals also apply to the combo perks? Yes. Yeah. If you backed Wreck Planet in any way, you're going to receive Numb for free. If you backed Salamandroid in any way, you will receive Amphibionics #2 for free. That's how this works, Dan. I mean, this is the thing. You make people with an early campaign. You say, look, 48 pages, and it's $25. Okay. Yep. Because you're anticipating that you're barely going to meet your goal. And if that's the case, you've got to pay yourself and do all this thing. But as the campaign gets bigger and bigger, then you can give people more stuff for their $25. Sure. Their $25 becomes, better repaid, the better your campaign does. Yeah. So, that's why you have it's
passing along the win.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Great.
I exist.
You do exist.
I love it. Okay, let's see. He's questioning his existence. I've sent your child into an existential crisis.
It is. I'm gonna give him some nishi. Just like here, bud. Handle.
Ask him if he thinks.
Hey, do you think?
Think what, Dad?
Do you think about anything? Do you have thoughts?
No.
He says no.
Then you don't exist.
Then you do not exist.
But you had to think about that to answer that. So the answer to the question is yes, you do think, and therefore you are.
Its question was, what just happened?
That is a question. See, that is a thought.
That's an existentialist crisis, man. He's like
pondering things.
What just happened to my brain?
Clearly, you are real. Don't worry about it. You do exist.
Yeah.
Let's see. Trencher 1375 says, you made Black Flag, dude. You're in my top 3.
And I'm an amoeba. No, you're not. I'm an amoeba. No, you're not. I'm an amoeba.
Hey.
No, you're not.
Chill out, man.
I'm No, no. Okay.
Let's see. If
though.
Snarkticon DM says, if we're a cult, is Comicsgate Con going to be our Jonestown? Yes, it is. Snarkticon DM says, is it holiday with one L or holiday with two L's? One L. It literally means holiday. You know, he's referring to the fact that he doesn't like to do much work. Thanks,
If you're wondering what that sound is, Dad, that's Mom vacuuming.
I know it's Mom vacuuming.
I'm just going to itch my armpit.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just going to itch my armpit.
With a fuzzy toy.
You want to put him on your knee at this
Fuzzy
point?
for
Huh?
Do you want to put him on your knee and we'll interview him? I mean,
Yeah, dude, you want to be interviewed? You want to be interviewed? You can take an ear pod. You can listen. You want to hear it? You want to do it?
Can I talk?
You can talk. You want to do it?
You're
He just dabbed out when I said yes. Got to remember, to 6-year-olds, the dab is still cool. All right, bud. You ready? What's on your face? What is that? Here, hold on. Here. You know what to do. Talk to Uncle E. There he is. He's talking to you.
Hi.
Hi. How old are you?
6.
You gotta look at the camera, dude.
6.
You're 6.
Now
You were
he's
born
shy.
roaring in the year of 2014.
2013.
13.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He'll be 7 this year.
Okay, so who is your favorite Pokemon? Is it Pikachu?
No.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
Meow.
Dude.
Meow.
Meowth. Who's that?
Meowth is the villain. You like the villain? You like Meowth? Meowth is a bad cat.
He knows. He's a big Charizard fan. He likes Snorlax. He's just being a punk right now.
I like meow.
Okay.
I
he
like
likes
Meowth too.
Yeah.
You know.
Ouch.
Okay, so let me ask you another question here. Does your dad snore?
Oh, my headphones fall out.
He asked if I snore. Do I snore?
I got to share a room with your dad.
Yeah. If I do, I don't know I do.
I do. So I'm just telling you that I do. And
My
it's
wife does, so it doesn't matter. And I have a 1-year-old who wakes me up every 2.5 hours. So the idea of getting a good night's sleep, it actually sounds awesome.
all right. Well, you're not going to get one with me because I sound like a freight train. According to Andrea, it doesn't bother me.
My dad snores.
That's
I hear him snore when I sleep with him. I hear my dad snoring.
Dead. I'm so dead.
That was perfect. That sounds exactly like what snoring sounds like.
I had a buddy who sounded like an angry grizzly bear juggling chainsaws with a fax machine. Like it was.
What in the world?
What in the world? Yeah.
All right, we got to read super chats. What's your name?
Chats.
What is your name?
He's asking your name.
Harrison.
Tell him your full name. Tell him
Harrison Danger Fraga.
his middle name is Danger.
Danger's your middle name.
Yeah, Danger is his middle name. That was my wife's idea.
Dan, okay, your wife's awesome.
Yeah.
And I hurt my head a lot. I had to go to the doctor, and I got a goosebump.
Yeah, when he was 2.5, he stage dove off of the couch head first into the tile floor. That was scary.
That wasn't
A
smart.
bad memory for me.
You can remember it? I'm surprised you can remember it. You hit your head on a tile floor that you jumped onto.
Yeah.
I would think that would be that part of your head would be broken, and you wouldn't be able to remember it at
the
all.
goose, it looked like he had a horn. I thought his brains were going to come out of his head, but the doctor was like, "No, this is very normal. Their heads are resilient." I'm like, "Are you sure he's not going to sauce out of that bump? Because like that's nasty."
And then just leaks out my brain.
Get out of here, dude.
That is disgusting, Harrison. Nobody wants to hear that. Everybody's thinking about having breakfast, and you're talking about leaking brains out of your head. That's
super
gross.
chats. Super chats.
Okay, Harrison, we're going to read
Super chat.
Yeah, let him read super chats.
Okay, we need
Listen
perfect
there.
quiet.
You
Harrison,
got to know about
quiet.
etiquette.
We
bro.
need perfect quiet, Harrison.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get back to you in a minute. Don't you worry. Let's see. Rosetta Allen says, War Campaign loves you. Comicsgate, hail the mother effing brethren, she says. Richard Taylor says, have you considered doing a character source book, sort of like the old Marvel character handbooks? That's going to be in the back of the Salamandroid book that we're putting out. Cool. So it's going to be fun. All the villains are going to be in there. Dark Gift Comics Presents says, please keep Unforgettable in demand. We're going to do that because it's doing really, really well. So I'm going to launch it in demand or let it go in demand. Comics Exposed says, EVS, when are you going to show some love to Brand Way of the Gun? It's got 10 days left, and it hasn't broken $9,000. This ain't right. Fix this now. I love it, but he's got to ship brand. He's got to ship the first brand first. He shouldn't have launched the second one without shipping the first one. I've talked to Antonio about that. Rosetta Allen says, just release comics. We love you guys. Hail. Johnny Dollar says, my dad's cool, but not grows pot for the mafia. Cool. Well, your dad's as cool as mine. Comic Book Scrapyard says, apologies if it's been answered, but have we found out how to get the Vespers trading card? All you had to do was sign up for the email list that I promoted relentlessly. If you signed up for the email list, to be notified for Wrecked Planet, and I talked about this every single day, then you are going to receive the Vespers trading card. If you didn't, you are not. And you only have yourself to blame. You can look in the mirror, and it's like Gail Simone said, you look in the mirror. No, take a selfie. Look at that selfie. Look at the picture you just took. Blame that person. Except Gail said, love that person. No, don't love that person. Blame that person. Charlie's London says, EVS, did you see the post I tagged you in? That announcement would be anything. Would be anything without you. Can't wait for my comic. Please ask Dan if he's open to interviews. Dan, do you want to be interviewed by Charlie's London?
Well, I'm more than happy to be interviewed. Sure.
Death Metal Hero says, always good to see EVS and Fraga Boom on a screen together. Can't wait for Black Flag. Hail titty milk. I mean, titty milk. What?
Yeah,
peppermint.
You got to remember that's one of the key ingredients for Black Flag is titty milk.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because everybody loves it and needs it.
I wanted to mute.
Okay. I'm learning a lot of things today. All right. So request for the next piano stream. Pablo Hidalgo's balls. Peppermint oil capsule. Well, we'll do a piano stream. Maybe I'll do one today. I'm feeling pretty good. Grendel Fan 84.
Wait a second. If you do a piano stream, I'm coming into freestyle. That has to happen.
It's not that easy, Dan. I got to do it on my iPhone, so I can't really invite guests in. That's the only thing.
Yeah, you can. I've done StreamYard where I open a StreamYard, I invite my phone, the StreamYard hosts it, and then I invite guests in.
I didn't know that. I had no idea.
So you have your computer be the host. You come in on your phone with your keyboard as a guest, and then you make your dummy host sit outside of the chat room.
This is far too complicated, Dan.
I'll do it.
I have a 2-digit IQ. I don't know if I can handle this.
Nice.
All right, let me see. What are Dan Fraga's thoughts on the Image Revolution documentary? Pretty accurate, or was there information glossed over? Says Grendel Fan 84.
It was very fluffy. I mean, it was very accurate, but it was very fluffy. I was part of that documentary. They came over to my house and did 6 hours of interviews, and I think it was represented in less than a minute of actual footage. They took a lot of the edges out and gave you a nice, pretty picture. It's kind of like Walt Disney. If you read like the 5 really good biographies of Walt Disney, you'll realize he was an asshole and there's some other things. But if you read the shiny happy version, he's this magical guy that did no wrong. I felt like the Image documentary was a little on the very magical side. There was nothing false in it, but they really buffed the edges out, if that makes sense.
Let's see. Andrew Huerta says, add a tier that includes toilet paper. You'll hit $2 million easily. I know we really need to exploit people right now for their panic and fear.
I got the hand sanitizer chromium variant. You tear the corner and you can squeeze it out.
Dude, that's really nice too.
Yeah. And also you could use a wet wipe and squeeze it and make your shower.
Swede off the cuff says, I know you have been in this battle for a very long time, EVS, so you deserve every penny. That said, I hope you create some padding and support others of like mind. Don't H3 FUPA this up. create some padding and support of others of like mind. I'm not sure what you mean. I do the same thing that I always do, which is rock and roll and do frog books and help other people support other comics. Kevin Freer says, "Who's the guy doing the Numb book?" That guy's EJ Morges, and he is the only other man on the face of the earth who draws Cyberfrog perfectly, just like I do. You know what I mean? It's like other people do their own interpretations of Cyberfrog, and they're all good. EJ gets him he gets him down perfectly. I don't know. He draws him just like I do. So EJ's drawing Numb.
Draws good Cyberfrog.
Yes, he does. Your dad draws great Cyberfrog. Kanan White draws a great Cyberfrog, and Salamandroid. Everybody, Andrew Huerta just did one. It's great.
It's awesome. But I saw it on Twitter this morning. It's great.
The Andrew Huerta one?
Yeah, with the machine gun blasting.
Rob Willis does it, but what I mean to say is EJ draws him just like I do.
Yeah, so I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Snarkticon DM says, "How do we send the sex bots to spam Mike's chat?" I don't know, and I don't want you to do that. Rosetta Allen says, "Miller is a coward. He not only keeps blocking me, but he blocked both of my husband's accounts. It's hilarious how big of a feline he is. Get it?" Well, Mike doesn't want to be bothered. Mike doesn't want to, like, I will tolerate haters. Mike will not. Mike doesn't want to spend any of his time doing that. I want to spend 50% of my time doing that. Sarcticon DM says, "Can someone edit the naughty out?" So you want me to edit the R word out of that stream? It's a thought. House of R is a new member. Thank you for joining. You're going to get a Rumblebee trading card. Dr. Mantis Toboggan says, "On the Ides of March cover, I see the red lights are turned on Cyberfrog's arms and legs. Does that mean he's reconnected to Chelsin? Wait and see." Snarkticon DM says, "Fraga Boy is better than Anna."
Who's Anna?
Anna, that Star Wars girl. She's, I don't know if you've met her yet.
Am I Fraga Boy?
Wilberforce Wooster says, "I like Meowth too, kid. Don't let them bully you."
Yeah.
You're allowed to like Meowth. Rosetta Allen says, "Villain love for the win." Apex Comics says, "Today's my birthday. I bought Wreck Planet." Happy birthday, Apex.
Happy birthday.
Rosetta Allen says, "It's okay, kid. My brother told everyone his brains leaked out on a rock when he was little. We still use it against him now, and he's in his 40s. Vince Garrett says, "Hey, EVS, why not make a big rubber stamp of your signature and stamp your honeycomb box with it? Why not just print my signature on it, like make it part of the art?" I don't think people need that. I think we're just going to, say Cyberfrog on it. TLJ Screwjob says, number 3179, Uncle E, honeycomb box and Ides of March. Hail. Very exciting.
Some clothes on.
We are now, it's 11:17 a.m. We are about 45 minutes away from shutting down the Ides of March variant cover for good.
All right, buddy.
Everyone's excited. Apex Comics says, "Thanks, EVS and Fragaboom. It's his birthday. It's his birthday today." That's a big
awesome,
deal,
man. Yeah, another revolution around the sun. It's awesome.
Some people are saying they need a Cyberfrog pin. What do you think about making buttons? Did you make a black flag button?
Yeah, actually, I got a bunch. I had them made. There's some good deals out there. There's the hologram black flag sticker.
Yeah.
And then these are the simple buttons here. These I give them out as prizes and give them out when I meet people in person.
My headphone, Dad.
Hold on a second, pal. But they're fun to make, and then there's the idea of doing some enamel pins too, which are those are collectible.
The power of Hooray!
What do you have? Oh, Donkey Kong. They're gonna dox that shirt
Donkey
too.
Kong.
They're gonna dox your shirt.
Can we get a look at that Donkey Kong shirt so that we can dox it?
Yeah, they wanna see your shirt.
Yeah, they'll find that right away.
Yeah.
Those guys know what they're doing, and no problem.
Here you go.
3D Robin made me a whole bunch of buttons that were really great. All these little pins of my Laughing Man logo and a Cyberfrog headshot.
I saw you mentioning Cyberfrog toys as well. We'll definitely have to talk more about that because I know I have the infrastructure to get stuff sculpted. It's all of the afterwards stuff that I need to figure out. All the tooling, getting all that stuff, production and such. Working at Mattel, I have some contacts, but you know,
Wow,
the tough part is like Mattel comes in with major volume. So, you know, when you're a small guy, it's like, you know, again, going back to that McFarlane interview that I conducted, he put a lot of gems of information and put thoughts in my head. And when I heard you talk about toys, and I've got my thoughts about toys, and I know sculptors and things, it's really tax return. But the toy market excites me as well, if that makes any sense.
I'm looking forward to getting those Cyberfrog toys made. I mean, that's you know, like I gotta say, that's going to be a big deal when I can actually hold my character and you know, Salamandroid, big toy this big.
Yeah, man.
We're lucky right now. We're both watching two different movies. I think the mainstream is watching a movie about. Harrison, are you making fun of me?
No, he's just seeing himself on the picture and making faces, entertaining himself. Show them your missing tooth from when you curbed yourself.
Right there.
What?
Yeah, he curbed himself when he was about 3. Yeah.
He bit the curb?
Yes.
And 3 years later, it still haven't grown in.
No, it's going to be a while.
And then 20 years later, it still hasn't.
No, it'll be.
That gives me shivers, dude. That gave me a shiver right up my spine. That was awful. Yeah. So okay, it'll grow back, but it'll probably be you'll be like 5 or 6. How old are you now?
6.
I mean,
7. 7 is when the top ones come in. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, my almost 9-year-old daughter, hers popped out when she was 7, and then they grew back in when she was 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, toys will be great. Toys will be great. I mean, I think my whole plan is comic book fan empathy. Step into their shoes because I'm a fan and think about the things that I want. Like, you know, you go, hey, what are the things that I wish I could have from this thing? And then I make them.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's what it boils down to.
We're able to do that right now.
Don't do that. Don't do that. He almost kicked us out of the stream.
All right, hold on. Let me show you the Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. By the way, we are now at 38 minutes. 38 minutes longer until we close down the IDES of March variant cover. And look at this. We're right on the precipice of 350.
Yes.
Right on the precipice of 350.
Hey, can you close the door?
$125 to go, and we are going to be we're going to be at $350,000, and that's going to be our one-day total.
Don't talk to mom like that.
Our one-day total is past 350. That is awesome. That is really, really cool. So hooray. Let's see how many IDES of March variants that we've sold. IDES of March variants. Wow. Okay. 2,098. We've sold another like 100, I think, in this time. Thank you guys for backing this campaign. Harrison, Harrison is very, very excited to be on camera right now.
He is.
I'm going to make this the Harrison show. All right, hold on a second here.
There you are. It's all you. You have anything you want to say?
Bob.
Bob? That's Grandpa's name. Hey, everybody. It's my time to shine. Bob. Okay. All right. You're done. You're done. You're done. Yeah.
Right,
see, this guy wants you gone. He wants you gone. You got to straighten yourself out.
All right, here we go. Here's the campaign. Ready?
All right. Bye. Love you. Yeah, go sit and watch your iPad.
350.
Plug it in. It's right there.
Bob. Bob.
I'm going to hit mute real quick.
$350,000, everyone. $350,000. We passed this milestone. This is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. We've still got more than 30 minutes to go in the first day. This is phenomenal. $350,000 and 2,791 backers, which is about a third. The backers are phenomenal. I think we're going to make it. I think we're going to beat Cyberfrog Blood Honey, which is, let me see real quick here, 8566. What is that? What percentage is that? It's like a third of them. Is that a third of the backers that we need? Maybe a little less. But absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you so much for this. Really, really great. Wow, and we're selling lots of books off of eBay as well. Terrific. All right, is Harrison gone?
No, he's back there. I had to give him a little bit of what's up.
Okay, all right, good.
Ethan, I have 4 kids, man. This is
dude.
Just
I have 3, but they're all different ages. Ava's 4.
Yeah, we have, dude.
I smell your armpit.
Oh my god.
You have to have a room with a door with a lock on it.
Yeah, 15, almost 9, 6, and 1.
Oh, you're lucky with that 1-year-old.
Oh, she's great. She's tasty, man. She's a good little kid.
Yeah. You got to get a door with a lock on it. Your studio, you got to be like, Daddy is streaming.
Right. I wish I could.
Yeah. All right. So, in any case, this is the thing, guys. We're
I smashed my balls now.
Slime Battalion says, tasty, ? Yeah, dude, if you have a baby that smells like cookie dough, you want to eat them.
Let's see. Comics Expo says, EVS, clip out the Simone crap from the stream and post it so we can watch. This is ridiculous, and no one will disagree with you about weirdo Simone. Fix. That's a thought. That's an idea. I'm not sure that it's that necessary to see us drunkenly laughing at Gail Simone's writing class, which was insane. Gail's writing class was infuriating. I don't know if you saw this, Dan, and you don't have to comment on this. But
what's up?
Well, Gail Simone, she's like, okay, I'm going to teach you guys since we're all in the house together. We're not, doing anything. If you'd like a lesson on how to become a writer, here's what I'm going to do. I saw
her. I'm Gail Simone. I write comics. Here's a barber shop who cuts hair. Like her first YouTube video.
Yeah.
It was like I felt like I was in 2nd grade getting read Bobo the Chimp,
It's so much worse than that.
Yeah.
I gotta just get I gotta make videos about these just by themselves because they are absolute.
You're stepping on the comic, dude. Bob to Bob. Lord.
My lesson, and we'll go through it. And this time I'm going to try to do it sober. I'm going to try to endure this having no liquor in me with my head clear.
6-year-olds and memes and Doge.
Oh, it's day 3 of class in session. Okay, hold on a second here. I'm scrolling down. I'll find it.
One day.
I mean, there are 3 days of this. This is absolutely insane. Let's see here. Day 1. Okay, no. Show your work, she says. 1 second. Scrolling down. I had this yesterday. She tweets. I'm at 1 hour. She tweets nonstop. This woman does not stop tweeting. This is incredible. All right, this is it. Here, I found it. She. I'm scrolling down like a lunatic, and she. It only says 1 hour ago. She was tweeting. How does a person have this much time to do this much tweeting? Of complete nonsense. Here it is. Dan, this is not what it looks like.
It's a salt grinder, right?
No.
Or a pepper grinder, or is it like the top of a lamp?
Maybe. I mean, what is it? What is it?
Pepper grinder.
Oh, it's like a lamp, like the bottom of a lamp.
Oh,
Hey,
I
Mike.
wish it was a pepper grinder because I'm hungry.
Yeah. All right. So she says, "Okay, students,
Oh, it's
welcome
a
to."
bell.
It's a bell. She's ringing a bell. Ding, ding, ding. Class is in session. It's comics. This is Comic School. This is Comic School by Gail Simone. All right. This is your campus. Class is in session. Is this day 5?
Dad.
All right, buddy.
On my Nintendo Switch because I play Fortnite sometimes.
Okay.
Oh, day 1 of 5. Okay, my bad. Today is day 1 of 5. Orientation day, Dan. Okay, this is her notebook here. It's Wonder Woman. You got Archie. This is her Deadpool cutting off a ninja's head, and there's blood coming out. All right, very nice. For today's class, it would be helpful if you have the following equipment. She's talking to you like you're 5. A pen or pencil, a notebook or notepad, a small box or container. It would also be great if you had your cell phone. We won't be calling. An 8-sided die. But the last 2 are not necessary. If you miss a session, don't worry. You can catch up online. But please don't skip ahead. Try to do a session and the exercise included. Wait a bit.
Good morning.
I'm literally you're on the live stream now. I'm live streaming with Ethan right now.
Oh well, get back to the live stream, guys.
All right.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh no worries, man. I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, let me know when you guys are done.
You got it.
All right, bye.
Word up. That's the writer of Black Flag.
Who's that?
Will Perdomo. He's my co-writer. You'll meet him. He's awesome. He owns that triple page gatefold that I showed. He owns that original and has owned it since 1996. Good man. He's a good man.
I want you to read the chat, and I want you to listen to what I love you as a brother, but
yes.
I want you to watch what the people in the chat are saying because
I'm seeing it. They're annoyed with the kid. They think the FTC needs to come. No, I'm fully aware, dude. That's why he's been booted. He's my favorite. He knows it, and he takes advantage of me like nobody's business. So I basically had to mute the stream and tell him go upstairs and eat some Cheerios or something. Because believe me, I see what they're saying.
All right. You got to listen to them.
They don't hurt my heart,
I'm not
though.
going to yell at you. No.
I'm Teflon, baby.
They're not going to hurt your heart, but you've got to listen to them.
Yeah.
I'm not always going to tell you.
No, I know. I got it.
They're here to listen to a show about Gail Simone being stupid, and you're going to comment on it every now and then. But don't derail it. Don't derail it. Let's let the flow happen, okay?
Yeah.
I'm Everflow, as my dad let everybody know yesterday. For today's class, Dan, you're going to need a pen or a pencil, a notebook or notepad, a small box or container. It would also be great if you had your cell phone. We won't be calling. An 8-sided die. But the last 2 are not necessary. If you miss a session, Dan, don't worry. You can catch up online. But please don't skip ahead. Try to do a session, and the exercise included. Wait a bit, and then catch up if necessary. Okay? Okay. First, the goal here is not to help you make a perfect story. It is also not to help you get published, not at this stage. What it is part lesson, part simulator of what writing comics is for most people working for a publisher. If you do the exercises, you may in fact learn some things you didn't even realize at the time, Dan. So some stuff might sound a bit theatrical or specific, but it all has a point, I promise. At the end of sessions 2 through 5, we will have a short Q&A for specific questions. But here's the thing. But the thing here is, this is about the nuts. This is about the nuts and bolts of writing. Part of the exercise is to create a short story under specific guidelines revealed to you a little piece at a time. But if we all do it right, it'll be fun. But you'll learn a lot about what we do. I'm going to have some guests sit in later sessions to teach a bit about their expertise. Most important, don't worry. You can't mess this up. The only person grading you is you. Dan, what do you think of this so far?
It's a little patronizing, and I don't know if it's the tone in which you're reading it or if it's not
the tone. I'm reading it with
entire. No, I know. In fact, I was going to say, I don't know if she's trying to better her world with this, but Twitter's not the place for it. That's number one, my opinion. Number 2. Start a blog or something. Go blog it out. I'm not certain. Like if Neil Gaiman wanted to come teach me, I'll listen. But I'm sorry, man. Like I'm not gonna go and get lessons from someone whose work I don't enjoy.
I will tell you this, Dan, that if Neil Gaiman did come and teach you how to write, it wouldn't be like this. Okay. So,
Not at all. Not at all. Get your school supplies. Raise your hand if you have a question.
she thinks she's being cute.
Yeah.
And she infantilizes all of her fans like it's like
Right.
you're children and
Right.
I'm here to teach you.
Do I get a gold star if I follow it to the letter?
It's horrible. Okay.
Do I get to go to treasure box?
It gets better. All right. Later on, if you want to share your work, feel free. We still haven't learned anything. There's no lesson. There's no information being imparted here. Gail is just making the rules right now. Later on, if you want to share your work, feel free, but you don't have to. And please, everyone, be helpful. Anyone being naughty has to go sit in the closet where that one kid's ghost lives and the light bulb doesn't work. Oh, Gail. Now,
That's super tropey. Like, that's just tropey all by itself.
It's incredible. I don't know why people put up with this. Everyone, it's time to go to this website and back Cyberfrog. It's time to back the Frog book. It's froggy time, kids. Can you imagine if I talked to my audience the way that she talks to hers? I mean, it would be it's intolerable. And yet
you would have no audience.
Like this.
I wouldn't have no audience. Yeah.
Dan, if I did, I would not have made $351,375.
Massive, man. That's massive. And chat, yes, I realize Neil Gaiman has a master class. In fact, I have it. That's why I brought it up. It's good. He actually has points, and it's infotainment. This is just sad. Gail's thing is just sad.
Let's keep going with this. Ridiculous. Yeah. By the way, only 20 more minutes left to back IDES of March. 20 more minutes. So make sure that you do it. All right. Now, I'm not an artist. I can't draw at all, but I have written 600 plus comics, and I've hired lots of artists.
She's hired no one. She's hired no one. The publisher hired people.
Who is she hired? Is she? I mean, I don't think she's hired anyone.
Who knows?
What the fuck is she talking about? She doesn't have an imprint of her own. I have hired artists. This class is specifically to learn some storytelling tips and some skills that might help you when you start working with collaborators. Because this is day one, it's all about the very first steps. And we have a theme word for the day, and that word is focus. So anytime today, when anyone says the word focus, you know what to do. Scream real loud, okay? Here's Charo. There are people who have the dedication and cussedness to write a graphic novel and fund it and oversee it and get it printed as their first project. We do not have to be that person. And many of them wish they had started smaller. Focus is your friend. Focus in every aspect of the process. Focus on an idea you believe in, Dan. Focus on keeping it narrow and impactful. Focus on finishing. This sounds like sounds like sex advice, honestly.
Charo. Focus. My safe word is Charo.
Focus on keeping it narrow and impactful. Focus on finishing. One project, one idea, one executed story. That's our goal. So your thesis at the end is going to be something manageable, something that can be accomplished. A 5 to 8 page complete story. Now, even that can sound intimidating to little children, but I promise we are doing this in minnow-sized bits. And at the end, Dan, you will have written a real complete comic script with a lot of help and suggestions from people who do this for a living. Sound good? Yeah, it sounds great. Dan, I want to jump out a window.
Yeah, but
I'm in the basement.
I'm in my basement, but there's a little height still, so that's cool.
Yeah.
You know. Gaiman wrote Coraline, that's right. Gaiman wrote a lot of really good shit, but Gail Simone?
This is incredible. People call me a narcissist. They couldn't be more wrong. I'm perfect in every way. I think about myself constantly. And if I was a narcissist, I would have found that out. If I had any flaws at all, I would have realized by now.
That's right.
So, but Gail is a narcissist, and this is narcissism. There are a couple of small exercises here that are going to possibly sound a little silly. I promise they're anything but. These two things can be the difference between writer and aspiring writer. Step 1, pick up your cell phone. All right, so Dan, pick up your cell phone because I know it's.
I know I got to put it in selfie mode, right? I'm reading. Turn on camera. Oh, there I am. I am.
Pick up your cell phone if you have one. Turn it on. Go to camera mode.
Yeah.
Switch it to selfie mode. What I'm about to say is probably the most important thing we'll cover. You see that person?
Do you see my bated breath? Do you see it?
Dan, do you see that person in your camera screen?
Yeah, I have to shave with that guy.
That person, that is the person who is by miles the most likely to stop you from achieving your goals and dreams. Dan, you're going to self-sabotage.
I am.
That person is the person who will say you aren't good enough. You're too busy. You're too fat. You know, you're not from the right background or education.
She knows from experience, dude.
Look at that bastard. Talent is out there. Education can be acquired, but this person on screen may already be planning to hold you back. Dan, don't let yourself hold you back.
Remember when she said the last two aren't necessary? I believe cell phone and 8-sided die were in there, and this is completely unnecessary.
But Dan, this is all about like validation. This is aspirational. This is you have to look at yourself and say you're good enough. You're smart enough, and gosh darn it, I like you to yourself.
She just sounded like she hated herself. Like, go to this person is miles likely. This person you're not good enough. You're too busy. You're not from the right background. Look at that smug bastard. Okay.
Right.
All right.
So here we go. Talent is out there. Education can be acquired, but this person on screen is already planning to hold you back. And we all have that person in our screen. I absolutely do. And I've run out of shelf space. And I've run out of shelf space for the comics I've written, by the way. Little humble brag there. Turn your phone off. We need to make that person our friend, our fan, and our supporter. We'll work on it. But remember, it's not weird haters. It's not our critics. It's not family who are our biggest hurdle. It's not food. It's almost always us. So let's make an agreement with that person that they will shut the hell up for 5 days. Gail, for 5 seconds. 5 seconds would be nice on Twitter. Because I'll guarantee you, speaking as a former hairdresser who lived in the boonies and never had been to a con, it can be done. It happens all the time. All right, I was just handed an announcement from the campus nurse that there's a bit of a bug going around, and it's called imposter syndrome. Symptoms are waffling and a panic feeling that you don't belong. Screw that noise. If you want to make comics, you belong. Dan, you belong.
Now I have Pat Benatar stuck in my head, but thanks.
We belong to the night. We belong
That's
to
the one.
something.
We belong.
We belong.
Oh,
we belong
God.
together. All right. Take 2 Astros cities and call me in the morning. Boy, is that awful. Now, one more thing before we get started on the first exercise. Oh, we're going to do push-ups, sit-ups.
Wait, we haven't already done an exercise by self-loathing in our phones?
Because
I was done. I'm like, I'm a writer now. I've self-loathed. I'm a writer.
Yeah. I looked into my phone and I said, you motherfucker, I'm going to beat you if it's the last thing I do.
That's what I do, man. I'm in constant competition with Fraga Boom. Constant competition.
Yeah, it's always holding me back, always stopping me from doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
Terrible. I want to eat pies, and that man in the phone says you should not be eating pies. Don't eat pies.
I want pasta, really. Pasta and whiskey.
Get some nice rigatoni, a little mozzarella.
Yeah.
Little bake, a rigatoni bake with sausage, meatballs.
I'm down.
Dude. And then, we just crack open some red wine.
How we doing on Rec, dude? We are 16 minutes away.
60 minutes away. Let's take a look at Wrecked Planet. Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet. I got caught up in the fantasy about pasta. Yeah. 352 now. $352,000 and $55 on the side there. And we do have only 15 minutes until this campaign. The campaign continues, but you won't be able to get the IDES of March 24-hour variant anymore. That is closing down for good. That is going to be over with. I hope you got one. If you didn't get one, you're going to be sad. This is a chromium cover, Dan.
It's going to be gorgeous, and I think Kyle's addition of that water, is that your idea to add that water coming in?
No, I didn't think about a background at all. I thought this would just.
I know. I saw it in black and white and was like, "That's stunning! I can't wait to see what Kyle does with it." And then I see this like tides of March coming in.
The tides of March coming.
Yeah,
great.
And I thought, man, that's incredible. Look at that.
Yeah, well, he knows what this scene is, and this scene kind of does take place in water. But I said remove that water. Well, I said that in my head. I didn't say that to Kyle. So he went ahead and he added water, even though they're not in they're sitting on top of water, Dan. You know,
it's gorgeous, dude. And when the chromium bangs it, dude, the light's gonna hit that in a way that's gonna elevate it, and it's already sky high. So beautiful work. And people only have less than 15 minutes to cop that version, and then it's gone forever.
Dan, you know what just happened in the last 5 minutes?
What happened?
You got really, really good at this. Congratulations.
Oh, I got wrecked.
Yeah, you're really good at doing what we need to do to sell Black Flag. So that's my dude right there. Good job.
No worries, man.
352,000. Look at that! Wow, another $410 in just 3 seconds.
That's what's up.
As backers pour in here, realizing there is only 13 minutes left to back the Ides of March variant, and that's going to be gone forever. And if you got one, you're going to be like, hey, I got one, you didn't. And other people are going to be like, well, how do I go to eBay? Now the people who backed it, the people who bought 10 copies, they're in control. Those people are in control on the secondary market, Dan.
Tell me about chicken fry. Tell me about that, because it makes me hungry.
So Heather Swain was 18 years old in 1998. There she is in 1998. She's banging, you know. And
she's the same age as my wife.
She was 18 in 1998?
Yes.
Okay. So Heather Swain took an after-school job at a place called Chicken Fry. She fried chicken, which is good because, you know, she met Cyberfrog. They became friends. Cyberfrog was eating out of dumpsters until he met Heather. And Heather said, I'm going to bring you home chicken. Cyberfrog tasted the fried chicken, and it became his favorite thing in the world back in 1996. And so Heather just continues to bring him fried chicken every day. That's what he likes to eat. And that's what this is. This is the restaurant that Heather works at, Chicken Fry.
Give me some of that.
I know, right?
How about a stretch goal apron, dude?
Well, you know what I was thinking about doing? I was thinking about actually including napkins and a spork.
Hell yeah, spork.
Let's make a spork.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that would cost, like a Cyberfrog spork.
A green. All you got to do is make it green, bro, and it's done.
Well, I'd want to put his head on there. You know, I'd want to put his head at the handle.
Do you remember when we were kids, A&W? Root beer place, and they had restaurants. I distinctly remember a straw that had the A&W Bear's head, and the spork had his head in the handle. So that's completely doable.
Oh, I know it's doable. I if I really pressed it, we could get it done. The question is, do people want it? Do people want a Cyberfrog color changing spork?
I do.
We'd have to find somebody to sculpt it. We could probably do that.
I know a guy. And as far as the plastics, I'm sure you could figure it out, but that's not a hard find.
They couldn't cost very much to produce. God,
no.
But I'm not going to be making them in mass quantities. I would say I need 10,000 Cyberfrog sporks, so they'd be more expensive because
that's a lot still, though, man. That's a lot. You can do it.
People are saying no thanks. No thanks for the spork. I don't want a spork. No, I don't want it. Everybody's yelling at me now. Just give me chicken, Ethan.
Well, dude, I'm gonna have a custom spork. Then I'm gonna make my own.
Yeah, you should run with
that. That's what I do.
But this is it. So the chicken box. If you buy 2 copies of any comic, not the honeycomb box is a no-go. That's shipping on its own. Yeah. 2 copies of any book, because what we do is we're going to lift this flap up here and put the books underneath. 2 books. You're going to get this little chicken layer on top of it, and then we're going to ship this right to your house. Andrea yelled at me yesterday. She said, people want this in mint condition. I said, I'm sorry. I told them no.
Right. That box. So that box is going to have a mail label on it.
I'll put it on the back. But
yeah, well, it's going to be an exciting day because this is I didn't go on the full on honeycomb box. I went for the chicken fry because that's the package I wanted.
Mhm.
And the day I see my mail carrier holding this box, I'm gonna tackle that mail carrier and just
Some
my
people
box.
want me to make a chicken fry shirt, and that's a possibility too. We can do whatever you want, and that's crypto fashion. I could just send them the logo and make up shirts as though people work for Chicken Fry.
Yeah.
I can put a little label. Hi, my name is, welcome to Chicken Fry, or can I take your order? Whatever it is.
Chicken Fry NASCAR shirts because they sponsor NASCAR.
Now that would be cool. What if we made like a Chicken Fry Hot Wheel?
There you go.
A NASCAR Hot Wheel.
There you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential here. We can do this. Yes to the shirt. People are saying the shirt is a good idea. All right, I'll do it. I mean, I'll do a run of Chicken Fry shirts. If you guys want to wear those and pretend you work with Heather Swain, that is awesome. We've met all of these stretch goals and then some. I got to come up with new stuff, and I guess the new stuff is just going to be more like paper goods because I don't even know. I don't know where to go from here.
What time did you officially launch yesterday? I know you said noon, but you came in early, right?
11:56 to be
okay,
fair.
Well, then people have 5 minutes, man. They have 5 minutes.
Well, to be fair, I said 11:59.
Okay. All right. Then they have 8. They have 8 minutes.
We're at 3:53, 7:50 here as we approach the last 8 minutes. The last 8 minutes of the first 24 hours of this incredible campaign. This world-beating incel punishing campaign where we punished those incels. We absolutely punished them.
I'm going to do a little bit of cross promotion right now. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is if I can find it. Where did it go? Oh, it's in my scanner. I know exactly where it is. It's in my scanner because I sent it to you last week.
Now, of course, the first 48 hours is a whole other thing. The first 48 hours is where the bulk of your funding comes in. Usually you can expect a big amount on the first 24 hours, and then about a third of that or half of that on the next 24 hours. That's what I've noticed. So it's possible that we get to $500,000 in the first 48 hours, which would be extraordinary and funny because, of course, as people are reminding me in the chat, your boy Jeremy, the quarter pounder, quartering, said he lectured me sternly about all kinds of things that I was doing wrong. He said, "You made $500,000 on your first campaign. That's never going to happen again." He was right. We're going to make way more than that on the way more than that. The way these things work is the first 48 hours is 1/3 of your total. We are scheduled to make about $1.5 million on this campaign if it continues at this pace. If it's like every other campaign, unless it suddenly dies, this campaign looks like it's going to make about $1.5 million. This is going to be absolutely incredibly historic, but it's on me to continue to stoke this and continue to get people excited, to add more interesting product for sale as we go throughout the course of the next month.
Oh, wait, hold on, Ethan. I've just heard Comicsgate is dead.
It is. Yeah, it is dead. It's dead laughing.
I got it.
Like I'm dead, that kind of a thing. We are at $354,000 right now. This is absolutely amazing. Yeah. I don't know what to say, guys. So cool. So cool. All right, so we got 6 minutes. 6 minutes, Dan.
Yeah. I gave people a little glimpse of that Cyberfrog card that I did for you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, get people stoked up.
All right, let's watch the there it is. Look at that. That's original art there?
That's the original right here.
All right, are you gonna sell that at some point?
I don't know. I regret ever losing. I want to say losing. I regret losing that cover I did for you so long ago. and I mean, there's details on details. I don't know if people can see this, but this is literally details on details. I don't know if I'd sell it. I don't know. I kind of like it.
Well, you know, we're gonna do an auction stream. Yeah, like in maybe next month, like in April.
Yeah.
And you know, auction streams are good. You should come on and consider selling a little bit of artwork and make some cash.
Okay.
You know, we do this once every quarter, and you know, make sure that you're there. All right,
I got some stuff. I got check this out. This is my cover to He-Man.
Well, you put that up too.
Yeah.
But people really do prefer our own characters. So people
yeah.
buy sketches of Black Flag.
I got them. There are tons of them.
All right, so we got 4 minutes left to go. Let's take a look at the campaign video here. Boom.
Loneliness is the coat you wear, a deep shade of blue is always there. The sun ain't gonna shine anymore. The moon ain't gonna rise in the sky. The tears will always clouding your eyes.
Yeah.
When you're without love, baby.
I love Frankie Valli. Absolutely love Frankie.
Yeah, how did you get away with putting that without YouTube dinging you?
I'm paying him money. You know, you can do some songs, and you know, you'll find out when you try to post them. In some cases, such as this song, all of the money for this video goes to Frankie Valli. So when he sees this, he gets a couple cents, and that's you know, that's the bargain. I do not get paid for this video, but you can use some music. And they'll run ads on it and pay the money to.
I write my own, man. That's the thing, is all my music on my show is mine. I write it all.
Sometimes there's a song that's so evocative, and I hear it, and it makes me feel something about the work that I'm doing.
Yeah,
and you know, like Heather Swain, I always heard like Billy Joel's "Uptown Girl."
Yeah,
that's the soundtrack of Diary of Heather Swain. Like while she's running for her life, and you know, it's like. Panic and everything. I heard like ironically Billy Joel's "Uptown Girl" playing, you know, while people were being live.
I hear Guns N' Roses' "Welcome to the Jungle" when I look at the cover of Black Flag 1.
Oh yeah,
especially that opening. You know, the guitar in the beginning. So we are at 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
We're at 2 minutes now.
Oh my gosh!
Minutes, and I gotta get ready to shut it down. So I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. I'm going over to, let's see, edit, campaign editor, perks, and we're about to make everything invisible.
Whoa. Get it now. I mean, that's like literally, it's going to be vapor. That's crazy.
We did really, really well. Very, very well on the IDES of March variant cover. And thank you all of you guys who supported it. You know, let's see, bulk. No.
It's huge. It's huge.
Hide perk. Okay, so it's 1 minute left to go. It's 11:58. I'm watching the clock, and we are going to be as good as our word and close all this stuff down at 11:59. Get all your last. I don't even know if there's time to order it. I don't know if there's time to order it now, but if there is, go for it. We're hiding this perk. Thank you all for making this an incredible, incredible success. The first 24 hours were amazing. I think you're going to see a lot of people imitating what we did in the way that we did it. You're going to see a lot of 24-hour variants and things like that. We lead the way. We're trailblazers here, Dan.
You're definitely a trailblazer.
You know, I see.
I'm watching. Believe it.
11:59. That's it. They're all gone.
Akuma's in the house.
Yep, they're gone. They are gone. Now, oh no, they're not. Wait, one of them is still there. Shit. Okay, I got to go back here.
King KDI. I'm actually a big music fan. I listen to everything. It's for me, it's almost like programming, right? If I'm gonna do some epic stuff, I will throw on some big soundtracks. If I'm gonna do like some really just like blood and guts stuff, I'll throw on some metal. If I'm doing a lot of detail, funky stuff, I'll put on some hip hop. It's all about sort of programming my mood. That's another reason I have colored lights in my office, is I can really just kind of dial in where I want to feel, and I stick with it.
Okay, I think we did it. Yeah. Okay. Now let's go back and look. I forgot to hide the add-on too, so that's gone. But yeah. All right, should be good now. Save changes. We did it. We got it done.
Congrats, man. That's massive.
$356,305. That is our 1 day total. If I can see that. 1 day. In 1 day, we did that.
How many backers?
All right, let's share screen and take a look at that.
We can do. I'll break out the calculator right now, just so we can quantify all those numbers.
Yeah, so 2872 backers.
Okay, so 2872 divided by 24 equals 119 backers. That is almost 2 backers per minute.
Amazing. All right, let's see.
That's massive.
What's the final number on the variants sold? Let's look at those. IDES of March, 2180.
Is that the big one? That's the one everybody went after?
Well, that's the 24-hour variant cover.
Yeah.
That's the one that we just closed down. We sold 2180 of those, so I'll print 2500.
That's awesome. And
that's going to be it. Amazing, guys. I should probably print 3,000 of them. I'll bet I'm going to get some returns. I'll get those underway right now. I'm going to get the cover out there and get the cover worked on so that it's ready to attach to the insides of the book when the book is finished. What a successful launch. It's I guess it's the biggest book sold on the campaign. What's wonderful about this is just looking at what we've sold. We're just selling comics here.
Yeah.
We're not really, we're the bigger perks like the original art page. We've only sold 16 of those out of 48. We've still got $32,000 sitting there in original art there. We've only sold 3 out of 20 Salamandroid original art pages. We've got $17,000 waiting to be made there. Of course, the cover art went. That's sold already. But most of this is just people buying the book. And I think it's because they want to see what happens next. And that is, forget about what Gail Simone says, how to write stories, how to be a writer. Really, what you want is you want people to know what happens next in your story. That's how you know.
That's it. That's literally it, man. I mean, if you take a look at Da Vinci Code, that's a master class in the what's next. It's like, what's in the box? You open the box. It's another box with a trick to get what's in the box. And you're constantly saying, what's next? What's next? What's next? That is literally the secret. You hit it.
Amazing, absolutely amazing, guys. This is great. So this is our 1 day total. I got to make a note of this somehow because I want to compare this to any campaigns I do in the future. But 356,000. You can share that on Twitter. Oh, that's how I'll do it. I'll just put it on Twitter. 24-hour total. All right, let's see here. Oops.
The Doxy people are going to count how many dots were in your password and then think of every freaking iteration of that many things. People are crazy.
Yeah, I've been thoroughly doxxed. People know my phone number, they know my home address, and I just say that's why we have guns. I don't really pick up the phone. I don't when people.
I know you don't pick up the phone, man. I call you, you don't pick it up.
I don't want to talk on the phone. Talk to me on the computer.
Yeah,
it's so 90s. It's so old. Like nowadays, like text me. You know what I mean? Text me. Or
see, here's my problem. I live in the opposite realm where I'm constantly multitasking, and to actually use my thumbs to sit there and work on a message means I'm not drawing. So like, I can talk and draw. You know, I can draw and listen to books, movies, music, but typing a text and drawing, not happening.
Yeah, I used to be able to talk and draw. I used to love to. We used to talk on the phone a lot. You know?
Back in the Wolverine days.
Yeah, and I used to like to talk while I drew. I can't do that anymore. I got headphones on. I'm in another world, and I crank music, and Andrea sneaks up behind me. You know, I don't even know she's there.
Oh, dude, you want to have headphone talk? Like, check this out. I've been going crazy. So far, the winner, and I've gone through like 6 different pairs. Is this one here? It's the Sony's best sound. Wireless, great battery life. I also bought something called an ES 100. Mm-hmm. The ES 100 is a for people that don't want to have like wireless, and that maybe they have a set of wired cans that they want to listen to music on. Mm-hmm. But you want to punch up your audio. This thing here, these are my ultimate ears here. They're wired. But I got this thing here. Look how small it is. It looks like a keychain key fob. This is an amplifier. It's a Bluetooth amplifier that you plug your headphones into, and your PC or your phone sends the signal here. It converts the digital sound into analog, and bumps up the dynamic. So if you want some crazy sound, ES 100.
That goes into your headphones, or that's a speaker?
No, this is just a receiving unit. So you take your headphones, your wired headphones, you plug them in, and put it in your pocket with your headphones, and you're not tethered to your phone or PC. It sends it to this little box. But this box will amplify the sound. It sweetens the sound in a great way. But still, nothing's topping these Sonys. Like I've got the Apple AirPod Professional. I've got the Beats.
Yeah, I got those. I just those
are the pros. Yeah, these I did the Pepsi challenge basically with these Sonys, and these crush them. Yeah, those cans are good too. I got a pair of Quiet Comforts, the Bose ones. Those are good, but I'm still saying there is nothing that tops these. Not even my JBLs. Like I use the JBLs at the gym because they hook around, and you can run. You can take a shower with them if you want. They're waterproof. But there is nothing that sounds as good as these.
That's good to know, because I'll buy a pair. I'm a headphone junkie. I'm a sunglasses junkie.
Yeah,
and a headphones junkie. I have like 100 pairs of sunglasses.
Yeah,
I got these. These are my what even brand are these? Versace.
Oh yeah, those are. Yeah, I saw you wear those. Those are super clean. So these are the JBLs right here. These are, like I said, they're good. They're good, decent sound quality. Mostly good for like if you go for a run or if you're super active. Mm-hmm. These are the Sony WF 1000 XM3s. Best headphones I've ever owned, ever. But next time I see you, I'll let you try these on and give them a listen, because I have certain songs like, I'll take the Prince Purple Rain album, the remaster, and that one will run it through the paces because Prince knew his shit.
I'm frozen right now. Okay, I think I'm back now. No, yeah. I'll just buy a pair. Like I'm like that.
Well, dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm staring at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs of headphones.
Yeah.
Clear Victor right here.
Really? All right.
Oh yeah.
I'll get a pair.
Yeah.
All right. Let me check super chats and see what I missed. And thank you guys so much. Tyler Reeves. What is this? Oh my goodness. All right. Hi Ethan. Just back Cyberpunk number 2. You deserve it, says Tyler Reeves. Thank you, Tyler. I think you deserve it. I think I'm going to do a great job, and you're going to be thoroughly entertained by that book. That's a promise. Let's see. Wouldn't this be easier on her effing YouTube channel, says Cecil of Christmas Past? Yeah, she has a channel. She should actually make these. I think a lot of SJWs prefer the sound of their own voice on Twitter. That's it. And I think I just said something profound accidentally there. They like the way their voice sounds when they write, because they hear their own words in their head as having importance or power.
And they can edit too. They can go and tailor it to be perfect. Where you do a live stream, you have to be you 100%.
And when Gail's videos are really unnerving because you actually see her behaving like a kindergarten teacher with her husband, who acts like a disabled child. It's very strange, the affect these two put on for their audience and for each other. It's creepy. It works better on Twitter, but it's even unnerving and unsettling on Twitter.
Yeah, freezing.
And then, okay, my goodness. All right, let's get back to this again. I'm sorry, I keep freezing, and I'm my internet. Reading Gale again, trying to lose subs. Backer says Eclipse Warlord. Yes, I am. Let's see. Mark C says if Gail Simone spent the amount of time she tweets on a plot and 3-act structure, she might actually be dangerously decent writer. Rosetta Allen says I have a feeling drugs and dropping on her head made her. I doubt that. Mark C says Gail learned imposter syndrome from the last season of Big Bang Theory. No. And just like the show, Gail can't suffer from imposter theory because she is an imposter.
Right.
Peter Samedi, wow, says, morning. Congrats on the frogtastic start to Cyberfrog Wreck Planet. Just a heads up to the chat. Save 30% on back issues at Alterna Access site with code Spring Cleaning. By the way, I had a talk with Peter Samedi in private. And I'm just going to tell you, I told him he needs to have an imprint called Alterna Premium. And this is my suggestion. If he's still here, I really want to emphasize this. The idea of doing $1.50 newsprint books is good. It's pretty cool.
I love Peter.
I love Peter too.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be very, very successful. He stands up for himself against in the culture war like nothing I've ever seen. But Alterna Premium would be great. Let's start doing some higher end comics. In addition to the newsprint, that's a good idea too. Make some money on some higher end comics. Get guys in. You've got Clint there, Clint Stoker, who is the grandson of Bram Stoker.
Oh, Trip.
Yeah. Not really. He's like the second cousin.
5
times down the road, but we're exaggerating his relationship to Bram Stoker so that he can do Clint Stoker's Dracula as a comic book. Dracula, of course, is public domain, so he should have the right to do it. He is related by blood. But working with him, start doing premium books. Chromium, glow in the dark, all these things. People like them, and I think you'd make a lot of money. Something just. Oh, I hope that wasn't the coronavirus that just went up my septum.
Somebody's got nanobots and they're just piloting them up your nose.
I've had my nostril has been itchy all for the past 2 days, and I keep having to touch my nose and stuff. And I don't want to touch my nose. I know everybody else does. Everybody else wants to do this to it, but I don't want to touch it, Dan.
Yeah,
not on camera. All right, so let me see here. For 350K in 24 hours, we need Aunt Andrea's bacon mac recipe, says Mark C. She steadfastly refuses to do that. And she says the reason why is she doesn't know how she makes it. She can't give you exact amounts of ingredients. She just throws it together.
That's how my mom makes it. Or how my mom made it. Yeah.
Dan, my wife takes rigatoni noodles. Okay. And then she takes full strips of bacon that she cooks the bacon, full long strips of bacon, throws it in there with 5 different kinds of cheese and makes the most unbelievable baked macaroni and cheese in the world with bacon. You just cut into it and you're cutting into strips of bacon. It is heart-clogging. It will cause your death. But she makes it about 4 times a year. And when she does, I praise Jesus.
You have to. It sounds similar. It's similar. My mom taught my wife how to do it too, and she uses a buttermilk roux, and she layers it, and she does super sharp cheddar, and it's got bacon and breadcrumbs in between, so you get a crunch and it's even less here. It's 3 times a year, and it is a praise God, And you eat all of it, and you feel like the bad dog who tore up the trash, afterwards. But you're so happy that you did.
Andrew goes, "Where did it go?" It was. I finished it last night. It was great.
Yes,
that's the best thing in the world. And she makes it for Christmas, I think. No, Thanksgiving. That's usually for the past 2 Thanksgiving. She's put it on the table with the turkey, and it's unreal. It's so good. So We're gonna start. I'm gonna get her started on a pan of that today if I can. All right.
Damn it! Damn it! I gotta fly north now.
Comics Exposed says EVS Gale has hired at least one artist, Jim Calafiore. You're right. They did a crowdfunded comic from years ago. I think the Dark Horse published it later. I forgot about that. Richard Taylor says, do a chick fry shirt and cap combo. All right. I will, Ian from Crypto Fashion, if you're watching this, let's get in touch and let's put together the chicken fry shirt and hat. If you guys say you want to buy them, I'm counting on you guys to buy them. I'll make whatever you want. But, you know, if you only think that, if it's something that only 2 people want, I can't afford to make it. But if everybody is telling me, and a lot of people are, I will definitely make it. Akuma is a new member. Thank you. You're going to get the Rumblebee trading card. Mike Kelly says, go get Daddy's Belt Day, 350K. Hell yeah. Death Metal Hero says, is there any way to get the Heather card, or are they all gone? To be honest with you, Death Metal Hero, you need to join the channel. I can't see if you're a member or not from here, from this screen. If you are a member and you have access to the message that's on the community board, you can write to the email there and just ask Andrea nicely.
Yeah. Luke is good people. Luke is good people. He needs that card. He's good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just send Andrea a message and say, hey, any chance that I can? And she'll do it. You know, just give her your address. Say you're a member. Eric Weather says Flying Fortress had its biggest day yesterday, Comicsgate Day. Thanks for the support and congrats on Cyberfrog Wreck Planet. Vince Garrett says IDES of March, Cyberfrog stabbed in the back like Caesar. No, we have turned the IDES of March into Comicsgate Day officially. We've conquered that day with its negative, implications. We've made it big. Oh, Death Metal Hero just joined the channel. Okay, thank you, Death Metal Hero. Now, let me give you an instruction. Go to the Comic Artist Pro Secrets YouTube page. You'll see a community. It's a community. Click on that. Now that you're a member, you will see a message suddenly that only you can see, that only members can see. It'll have a secret email address. That email address is for it's for Cyberfrog stuff. Andrea answers that email, and she will send you a Cyberfrog card if you ask nicely. She doesn't have to because you're late to joining up, but I think she will do it anyway. Jabba the Cuck says members are gay. Jabba the Cuck, I'm gonna throw you out. I'm hiring bouncers to throw Jabba the Cuck and Bob with one eye is king out of here for their bad behavior, Dan. These guys, relentless trolls.
Hey, I want to do some self-serving shit right now. If you guys, the reason I know Death Metal and Akuma and Sketch Therapy, these are all guys that come in and visit my channel. And if you guys would do me a favor and check it out, and if you dig it, subscribe. It's Couch Doodles, CouchDoodles. Ethan's in there sometime. We get Ryan Stegman was in there. Art to Bear. We got some Todd McFarlane coming. Pat Lee. You guys remember Pat Lee? Talking to Stephen Platt, getting Stephen Platt on. Kyle Holtz. A lot of really cool people. So if you guys get a chance, check out that channel and subscribe. We mostly talk about creativity and making stuff.
Yeah, let me show people what the channel looks like.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind, one of the things that we need to do as Comicsgate is actually build up some of these Comicsgater channels here. These people need a bigger YouTuber following. This is Dan Fraga's channel, Couch Doodles. And of course, a lot of people say to me, hey, I really just like your artwork instruction videos. That's pretty much what Dan does here. This is all art instruction.
There's the Todd. You could see the Todd promo right there. Todd telling you to come watch Couch Doodles. There's a little bit on Cyberfrog, the making of the cover. You can see that right there next to Todd's face. A lot of really good resources as far as comic creation and mindset in creating. Because we're here. We're here and we're working on a movement of changing things, and we need the tools and be equipped. Can't go into war if you don't know how to shoot. You know what I mean?
Damn right. You've just gotten, I think, 200 more subscribers.
That would be nuts. That would be nuts.
I'm refreshing it here, and you're doing very, very well. Thank you, guys. Run over to Couch Doodles.
Appreciate it.
There's another 20. Run it over Couch Doodles and subscribe to Dan Fraga's channel. Let's get him to 3,000 subs.
I would dig it.
and beyond. Thank you guys for everything that you do. It's appreciated. I know it's effort. and time out of
CG Raven, yeah, he's a old schooler too. What up, Akuma? Akuma's a member of yours. I can't do that yet. I got to hit that. Bob says I unsub. Bob Bug with one eye.
One of those trolls. Bob with one eye is king.
It's cool, man. I dole out my my little shilling every time I cross his bridge, man. Hopefully he's buying fruity tricks, not the fruit shaped ones. I'm talking about the ones from the 70s that hold milk, because that trolling is good. Make that troll money, Bob.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, everyone. By the way, thank you for all your support. Cyberfrog Rec Planet is off to a terrific start. We did it, guys. I think we really did a great job of getting this campaign moving and creating enthusiasm for frog books. And couldn't have done it without you guys. All of your retweeting, all of your sharing, talking about it, keeping the buzz out there, keeping the buzz. Get it, Dan? Because of the wasps.
I get it.
Keeping the buzz out there. That
was a stinger of a joke, bro.
Let it be.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
Yeah,
oh, dang.
Okay, so everyone. Stephen Kitely is a new member. Thank you for joining the channel. I'm going to get back to work here. Dan, thank you so much for joining me on the show today. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me. I look forward to seeing you soon. Be a bunch of fun guys running around. All right, be well. You guys in Ethan's chat, been a pleasure being here. Hope to see you on my channel. Thanks, E, for the opportunity.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, man. Look, this is Comicsgate. You guys are Comicsgaters in the chat. I'm Comicsgate too. And we'll see you again soon, probably later tonight with another live stream. Take care.